Hello, it's Wednesday of Holy Week. And so we have a reading from a gospel account, which is the story of Jesus. And this story today is, of course, set in Jerusalem, where Jesus has arrived in this week leading up to his crucifixion and his resurrection. So the Wednesday of Holy Week, and what is Jesus doing? He's in the temple, and he's talking to different people about what's going on, what's going to be happening. And someone asked him this. This is in Luke's Gospel, chapter 21, beginning at verse 5. Some of his disciples were remarking about how the temple was adorned with beautiful stones and with gifts dedicated to God. But Jesus said, "As for what you see here, the time will come when not one stone will be left on another. Every one of them will be thrown down." Every one of these thrones on the temple, will be thrown down. What is Jesus talking about here? And why is it important? In part, he might be alluding to what happens in 70 years' time when the temple in Jerusalem is destroyed and the stones are thrown down. But more importantly, what he's referring to is in 3 days' time, the new temple, he himself, will be destroyed and thrown down. You see, the temple in Jerusalem and church buildings today are not the church. The church isn't buildings with all sorts of finery in them. The church isn't an organisation that's run by different people in different ways. The church isn't a denomination like Roman Catholic or Anglican or Baptist. That's not what the church is. The church is people, ordinary people like you and me, who follow Jesus, who are Jesus people. We are the ones who are his church. We might worship in a building called a church. We might worship in a school, might worship in a home group, might worship in a variety of places, but that's just the name of the building. The church is the people who follow Jesus. And he's saying that these things that we've made what God wants, we've turned them into a religion. These things will be thrown down. They won't be of any importance. Even he himself, who is the incarnation of God, God on earth, will be thrown down. He will be crucified in just a few days' time. He will go on to say, and we will discover about his glorious resurrection, but he will be thrown down and killed. But from that, the church, you and I, will be born. Now, this is big stuff, important stuff, life-changing stuff. And there's a weight of responsibility upon our shoulders, isn't there? Because if we are to carry on his work, well, that's a big responsibility. And we are to carry on being his people, living the way he teaches us to live, and showing that to other people, allowing them to see Jesus in us. Wow, that's quite heavy, isn't it? Allowing other people to see Jesus in us, in the way we behave and talk and are, and the way that we love one another. That's quite enough to think about for one day. Take a look at our Bible readings online on our church website, stmarysfrinton.org, and there'll be some more things for you to think about and look at for today. Bye for now.